Okay, now, let's go, my people. I don't know if you're aware of this news. Have you heard of it? Have you seen it on the news? You should, because it's flying now. It's currently the news. If in case you've not seen it, just take a look at it above. It says, House of Rep passes bill to jail non-voters for 6 months for second reading and also enforces voting. What it clearly is saying is, the House of Rep is pushing a bill to jail Nigerians that are eligible to vote but would not vote, and that they are passing it for second billing, trying to enforce voting. I think down the news, it also says, it said the bill also proposed imposing a maximum of 6 months imprisonment or a fine of not more than 100,000 naira for Nigerians of voting age who fail to vote during elections. This is what the Nigerian House of Rep members, the 360 men and women, we said that got themselves there in the name of representing us. They believe this is the problem of Nigeria. Most especially at these critical times when Nigerians, by all means, are saying reform INEC so that Nigeria will have a credible, transparent election that will enable Nigerians pick their leaders, to enable Nigerians choose who lead them. And the House of Rep is coming up with it, that you want to jail non-voters. Please, my honorable or dishonorable or horrible members of House of Rep, whoever is sponsoring or whoever has sponsored this bill, and for those supporting it, I beg to ask you this question, and you must answer. I don't know who has sponsored this bill. I don't want to go into details, because I know if I go down details of the news, I will find the sponsor, but I'm not interested yet. But whoever it is, and those supporting it, please tell Nigerians, would you do anything that you'll be doing and you don't get results? Nigerians have been voting and voting for nothing. Do our votes give us our choice? The answer is no. So Nigerians have been voting and their vote has never counted, and you want to compare them to vote. See, I want to believe there's a motive behind this bill. It's not just to make Nigerians vote, because I'm trying to look at the globe, trying to think around the world. I don't think there is a country where non-voting has become a crime. It's my right. It's my choice. I can choose not to. And I, standing here, Odalo, have said since 2023, from what we saw in the 2023 general election, not until the election results start producing who occupies certain office, Nigerians shouldn't be bothered with voting. It has never been an election but selection. So why are you coming up with this? Now let me advise you on what to do. This is what you must do instead of pushing such a bill like this. This bill doesn't make sense. Without due respect, this bill doesn't make any sense. This is the bill you should be pushing. If you want to be the Nigerians that we want you to be, if you are representing us, this is the bill you should be pushing. Push a bill to make election rigging a serious crime, attracting capital punishment. Let it be a capital punishment for anybody who rig himself into office. The INEC involved, anybody involved in that rigging should get capital punishment like it is done in Asia. Push that bill, and when you have pushed that bill and it successfully passed into law, you can now tell us to vote. But even at that, you still cannot compare a voter to go and vote. Is it by force? It is certainly not by force. So what does this bill mean? I don't know the motive you have behind it, because whatever APC does, there is a motive behind it, which you will never know until they strike. But whatever the motive behind this is, we don't care to know. But what we are telling you now is, you cannot jail somebody who doesn't want to vote because their vote does not count, has never counted, and they don't believe we count. So if you fix INEC, if INEC is reformed, the electoral law is amended, the electoral act, and then you've passed a bill to make sure there is a capital punishment on election riggers and their co-perpetrators, then we can be talking. But not until you do that. I don't think it makes any sense, or you have the right to compare me if I choose not to go and waste my time and energy in the name of voting that will end up not being counted. Do we have elections? The answer is no. We have selections. So help the Nigerian people. We believe our letter is already with you guys, just as it's also already in the Senate. Act on it. Be very, very fast. 2027 is already upon us. Make sure INEC is reformed, that the people's vote must count. Election result must be transmitted. It's compulsory. It is a must. Where the card reader could not transmit, let there be no election. Put this into bill. Pass this into law, and Nigerians should not even have reasons not to vote. So why are you forcing them? What you do not plan? What are you guys up to? I just hope I get a response. And my people, please share this video. Let it get to any honorable member, whoever may be in support of this demonic bill. This isn't a bill. I don't know what they are trying to achieve with this, but we are not interested in this. We will not vote if our vote will not count. And come 2027, if INEC is not reformed and we are not sure our vote will count, there might even be no election. Capital punishment for election riggers and whoever it benefits, whoever is involved. Think of that. Not until you do that, forget about who votes and who doesn't vote. Not concerned, it's none of your business.
So, your National Assembly on Thursday, the 15th of May, 2025, through the House of Representatives, hurriedly scaled through second reading a bill to mandate Nigerians who have attained voting age to compulsorily vote during elections. Now, here's what I think about this legislation, which, by the way, was co-sponsored by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas. So, here's what I think about this piece of legislation. I think it's dead on arrival. I don't really care if it has gone through first reading and second reading, which most Nigerians did not even know about. I think the announcement yesterday took a lot of persons by surprise, that it was debated at plenary, it scaled second reading, there's a tendency it will scale through third reading, and very likely gets the assent of Mr. President Bola Tinubu, because it was co-sponsored by the Speaker, who incidentally presided over plenary yesterday. So, this has been the tradition with the 10th Assembly. Whenever it concerns people-oriented policies, they tend to drag it and drag it and drag it. Look how long it took before they finalized the minimum wage thing. Okay, it was almost a year before they eventually decided to ratify and pegged it at just 70,000 naira. But see how swiftly they have proved Mr. President's wish to have the national anthem changed. See how quickly it takes for them to step up the budget for the National Assembly, increase their allowances and their budgets. But when it comes to people-oriented policies, they tend to drag it. And now, they want to amend the 2022 Electoral Act to mandate Nigerians who have attained voting age to mandatorily vote, compulsorily vote. And not only that, threatening to jail erring voters for 6 months or a fine of 100,000 naira or both. Now, when I say here's what I think about it, I have two perspectives on this legislation. Number one, I don't encourage voter apathy. I feel it's our civic responsibility as citizens, especially those who have attained, the age of, voting, to come out and exercise their civic responsibility by voting for people or be voted for, as the Constitution provides. But in a country like ours, where the system has been thoroughly messed up, where there's large distrust in the electoral process because of the quality of elections that were churned out virtually since 1993 to date. And I'll say from 93 because it stands to date as the most widely accepted free and fairest elections in the annals of our nation's political history, except that it was unfortunately thwarted by the then military administration of Ibrahim Babangida. So since then, we've never really gotten it right. 99, 2003, 2007, 11, 15, 2019, the last one was an eyesore, 2023. And now we're counting down to the 2027 elections. And they've decided to come up with this useless legislation, for lack of a better word. And it's even more annoying that it's the fourth most powerful man in the country, number 5 if you like, the Speaker of the House of Reps, who is co-sponsoring what many would term to be an anti-people bill. I've seen a lot of people draw narratives with what is obtainable in other countries, Brazil, Australia, where it is compulsory that people who have attained the age of voting must vote. So, on one hand, it looks like a good thing because it would encourage people to come out to vote. But we didn't need any legislation to compel Nigerians to come out to register their PVCs, as INEC was over and over again encouraging people to do before the 2023 elections. A lot of Nigerians came out happily, willingly to register, get their PVCs in anticipation for the election. And what happened during the elections? Their hopes were dashed. The elections were flawed. It's not like we're surprised anyway, because that's been the Nigerian pattern over the years. So, what makes you think Nigerians would believe in the process any longer? So it's now gotten to a point that you have to come up with a damning stupid legislation to force them to vote against their will, without correcting the ills that have made them have this large distrust in the first place. So you want me to come out and vote compulsorily. So if I come out and I cast my vote for Party A, and then Party A has a candidate that is widely accepted by most Nigerians, probably is the one who won the elections, but you go behind the scene maneuver, twist the results to suit your own purposes. And not only that, you have some persons who win the trust of the electorate, who come out during elections, we vote for you in Party A. 3, 6 months, 1 year into office, you defect to another party, forgetting that we campaigned and voted for you on the platform and the manifestos of the party that you ran for that election. So why don't you come up with laws to mandate people not to defect, to mandate political and public office holders not to defect from one party to the other the moment they get into office? Instead, they are more concerned with forcing Nigerians to come out to vote. This is the most laughable piece of legislation in the history of this country. And I say so, beating my full chest. Let's stop this useless comparison with what is happening in Brazil, Australia, and other countries. It's not going to work in Nigeria. Let me tell you something. I feel the bill will scale through third reading. I feel that Mr. President would give his assent, because I think this is more or less an APC-oriented thing. I was very happy and proud when I saw Honorable Mark State of the PDP from Akwa Ibom State, my own state, standing up to succinctly oppose the idea. Not in entirety, but he said something crucial, that it wasn't necessary to compel Nigerians to vote. If they don't want to do so, it's because they have huge distrust for the process. So why not fix the process itself before you talk about dealing with voter apathy? What brings about voter apathy in the first place, if not the porous electoral system that we have? So it's a shame, a big shame, and a slap of the face on the face of democracy in this country. And Mr. Speaker, that is the one co-sponsoring this bill. It's a real shame. I don't know what we did to deserve this kind of government and this 10th Assembly. The 10th Assembly is the worst we've ever seen in the annals of our nation's political history. And I say this with every amount of confidence. So here's what I think. The bill will scale through, the president will give his assent, but it will not work. Come 2027, you will see. So you better start erecting new prisons and renovating the ones that you have, because you're going to lock up a whole lot of Nigerians. And that's a lot of millions that you have to deal with, unless you do the right thing and stop those useless things you guys call legislation, just so we think you're working. You go there and take home fat sums of money. When did we hear that legislators are now taking them around 1 billion naira in constituency projects? But you go to most of these constituencies, they look like ghettos. You're not concerned about the welfare of your people. You're more concerned about forcing them to come out and vote. Mr. Tajuddin Abbas, all the members of the House of Representatives in support of this legislation, read my lips. It will not work.
So, you want us to do compulsory voting? I actually do not have any problem with voting. No. Voting is actually the best. It's good. If you're passing a bill for compulsory voting, I expect that you should get ready for transparency. Yes, because you cannot come and force something down our neck and then you will not be able to do the right thing. Compulsory voting, no wahala. But one thing, we don't want to see talks. If we see talk, we'll kill them. This one is not a thing of we will beat you to death if we see any talk. Number two, we don't want to see police people in ballot area trying to collect our ballot box. We do not want to see it. It has to be transparent. Whatever voting it is from where we are must be transmitted to IREF. As it is being recorded, we are seeing it live and direct. Just the same way they did in US, we want to be seeing it live. As it is recorded, as it is like we are seeing it live. Anything less than that, I'm sorry, we have every right not to come out to vote. And you cannot force it down our throats when you yourself you are trying to rig it. It's not possible. So it's either you do this one or you don't pass any bill. As you are passing the bill for compulsory voting, I hope you are also passing the bill that every result must immediately be taken to IREF and must be shown real time. As it is being computed, as we are recording the results, the number, the total vote, we are seeing it real time, same time on IREF, on all TV stations. Anything less than that, and I want to tell you something. I want to tell Nigerians something, because it's time we start understanding our power in this country. Are you saying that these people actually need our votes? That's to tell you that our vote matters to them more than anything. So it is time for us to stand our ground. It is time for us to show them, say, now we get Nigeria. No be these old cargoes we don't reach grave. Now we get Nigeria. If una think say una go use us 2027, you lie. You lie. Revolution is coming, and it's coming with fire and brimstone, and we are ready. See, not be this one where everybody go sit down for house. I love what Peter Obi did. Nobody should come after him. He doesn't need to spoon feed you for you to know what to do. Nigerians are spoon feeding. Una like me person to feed in a mouth. It is time for you yourselves, Nigerians, you rise up. Rise up. Everybody in their polling unit. Everybody hold plank. 2 by 2. You do anyhow, you receive anyhow. You try to rig it, we burn down us. Make I see a person will go rig the election this time around. Say 2027, it is a do or die affair. I cannot be here struggling, trying to make ends meet. I won't bastard, in one political office will be using my money anyhow with their own children, traveling abroad. I'll be paying taxes, doing everything. You'll be using my money anyhow. I'll not be suffering, I'll be mad. You see, 2027 election, it's either you do the right thing or you die doing the wrong thing.